At first glance, this small airfield looks like little more than a graveyard for old planes with a few working aircraft taxiing nearby. But look closer towards the hangar, and you'll see there's much more going on.
All right, so you guys go ahead and remove the starter.
Welcome to Antelope Valley College and Fox Field, home to one of the newest and most comprehensive aerospace teaching facilities in the nation. This 10,000 square foot hangar is filled with planes, frames, and engines, all waiting to be studied and worked on.
Today, what we're going to do is we're going to actually remove an aircraft starter.
Today, Professor of Aeronautics Ty Mettler is letting his students get hands-on experience, removing and replacing complex and essential parts.
Once you get it out, you'll show it to me. I'll ask you a couple of questions, and then you'll be cleared to put it back on.
Later, they'll dive right in, taking apart and reassembling entire engines. Associate Professor Jack Halliday says for some students, these courses mark the first time they've ever even picked up a tool.
So they go through these programs, they get full exposure to the hand tools, the mechanics behind the airplanes. They learn full-blown operation on how to work on airplanes from the ground up. The important thing with hands-on experience with this program is students are fully exposed to the working operation on the airplane.
I've never held a wrench prior to being in this program. I knew nothing, but my teachers have been very patient with me, showing me what all the tools are, how they work, when to use this one, when to use that one. They've been very patient with me.
At one point, Shalom Lazar thought he wanted to be a music composer, but then he discovered this aeronautics program at Antelope Valley. Now this student says he's on his way to a career that's both well-paying and deeply satisfying.
Oh, I love it. The reason why I really like this one is because of its high demand. Not just because of how easy it is to get a job, but because it means that the world really needs it.
Besides the hands-on training, there's equal time spent on classroom instruction, schematics, and classes often rooted in physics, math, design, and engineering. Mettler, who spent more than 30 years in this industry, says what's most satisfying is watching these students have those aha moments.
As an instructor, it's always fun to watch the students and to see a light bulb go on when they go, oh, I finally get it. Okay, I'm glad you showed that to me, because for most of them, it's a brand new experience.
And knowing that if I see a plane taking off and I was one of the ones who helped to get it into the air, it's very fulfilling for me.
Antelope Valley in northern LA County is home to some of the world's biggest aerospace companies, like Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, and Boeing. It's also home to Edwards Air Force Base, where many space shuttle flights have landed.
So getting out of high school here, if you're willing to learn and work with your hands, there's tons of employment opportunities.
April King graduated from the Aero program in 2015 after taking night classes while working in the industry. She's now a principal quality assurance analyst at Northrop Grumman's Palmdale facility.
We're making history out here in the Antelope Valley, and it's great to have a college that creates employees from their curriculums. So I was able to turn the information that I learned at the college into real-time application and applying it to what I was working with every day.
It's been a passion for, high school. Even high school, I was trying to get into something that deals with aircraft. Aircraft has always been my passion.
Student Eddie Ramirez had already gained some aircraft maintenance skills while serving in the U.S. Navy. But now he says he's learning a lot more and knows the job offers will be waiting when he's done.
I want to continue to work on aircraft. It doesn't really matter what type of aircraft, as long as I'm hands-on. It's a great program. You'll learn so much. You'll be humbled by how much you learn.
Antelope Valley is one of only 15 California community colleges offering 4-year bachelor's degrees, as well as associate's degrees and certificates. The bachelor's degree in airframe manufacturing technology essentially leads to careers in engineering and building planes, and even spacecraft. Designed in concert with the aerospace industry, the program's already turned out 2,000 graduates in 4 years, with 94% getting hired into companies like Grumman, Lockheed, even SpaceX, and Virgin Galactic.
They're looking to build lives, build a career, build families. They're looking to contribute to the country, to the world, forward-thinking people that want careers and jobs.
Who doesn't look up at the sky and just, you're in awe when an airplane flies over, a helicopter flies over, and just look at the science and effort that went into building and making what it can do. The sky's literally the limit. We're just gonna go up from here and continue to make history and I want to be part of that.
Yeah, I feel very privileged, very lucky, and very blessed to have an opportunity like this.
A big plus for me is when a student comes back and they tell me, you know, we're buying our first home. You know, I could go work in industry myself and make much more money, but I wanted to work at AV College and help the students so I could give back to the community. And so for them to accomplish that and be successful in life, you know, that's big for me.
It feels great to have something that the world really, really needs, to have a skill that can really contribute.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, America's largest Ram truck center, has an inventory as big as the wide open West. Ram is Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 3 years running, featuring the all-new Ram 1500s and the heavy-duty Ram 25s and 3500s. H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, located at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or at ramofthewest.com.
Take advantage of huge savings on all new Ram truck inventory in stock during Ram Power Days going on now.
At first glance, this small airfield looks like little more than a graveyard for old planes with a few working aircraft taxiing nearby. But look closer towards the hangar and you'll see there's much more going on.
All right, so you guys go ahead and remove the starter.
Welcome to Antelope Valley College and Fox Field, home to one of the newest and most comprehensive aerospace teaching facilities in the nation. This 10,000 square foot hangar is filled with planes, frames, and engines, all waiting to be studied and worked on.
Today, what we're going to do is we're going to actually remove an aircraft starter.
Today, Professor of Aeronautics Ty Medler is letting his students get hands-on experience, removing and replacing complex and essential parts.
Once you get it out, you'll show it to me, I'll ask you a couple of questions, and then you'll be cleared to put it back on.
Later, they'll dive right in, taking apart and reassembling entire engines. Associate Professor Jack Halliday says for some students, these courses mark the first time they've ever even picked up a tool.
So they go through these programs, they get full exposure to the hand tools, the mechanics behind the airplanes. They learn full-blown operation on how to work on airplanes from the ground up. The important thing with hands-on experience with this program is students are fully exposed to the working operation on the airplane.
I've never held a wrench prior to being in this program. I knew nothing. But my teachers have been very patient with me, showing me what all the tools are, how they work, when to use this one, when to use that one. They've been very patient with me.
At one point, Shalom Lazar thought he wanted to be a music composer, but then he discovered this aeronautics program at Antelope Valley. Now this student says he's on his way to a career that's both well-paying and deeply satisfying.
Oh, I love it. The reason why I really like this one is because of its high demand. Not just because of how easy it is to get a job, but because it means that the world really needs it.
Besides the hands-on training, there's equal time spent on classroom instruction, schematics, and classes often rooted in physics, math, design, and engineering. Medler, who spent more than 30 years in this industry, says what's most satisfying is watching these students have those aha moments.
As an instructor, it's always fun to watch the students and to see a light bulb go on when they go, oh, I finally get it. Okay, I'm glad you showed that to me, because for most of them, it's a brand new experience.
And knowing that if I see a plane taking off and I was one of the ones who helped to get it into the air, it's very fulfilling for me.
Antelope Valley in northern LA County is home to some of the world's biggest aerospace companies, like Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, and Boeing. It's also home to Edwards Air Force Base, where many space shuttle flights have landed.
So getting out of high school here, if you're willing to learn and work with your hands, there's tons of employment opportunities.
April King graduated from the Aero program in 2015 after taking night classes while working in the industry. She's now a principal quality assurance analyst at Northrop Grumman's Palmdale facility.
We're making history out here in the Antelope Valley, and it's great to have a college that creates employees from their curriculums. So I was able to turn the information that I learned at the college into real-time application and applying it to what I was working with every day.
It's been a passion for, high school. Even high school, I was trying to get into something that deals with aircraft. Aircraft has always been my passion.
Student Eddie Ramirez had already gained some aircraft maintenance skills while serving in the U.S. Navy. But now he says he's learning a lot more and knows the job offers will be waiting when he's done.
I want to continue to work on aircraft. It doesn't really matter what type of aircraft, as long as I'm hands-on. It's a great program. You'll learn so much. You'll be humbled by how much you learn.
Antelope Valley is one of only 15 California community colleges offering 4-year bachelor's degrees, as well as associate's degrees and certificates. The bachelor's degree in airframe manufacturing technology essentially leads to careers in engineering and building planes, and even spacecraft. Designed in concert with the aerospace industry, the program's already turned out 2,000 graduates in 4 years, with 94% getting hired into companies like Grumman, Lockheed, even SpaceX, and Virgin Galactic.
They're looking to build lives, build a career, build families. They're looking to contribute to the country, to the world, forward-thinking people that want careers and jobs.
Who doesn't look up at the sky and just, you're in awe when an airplane flies over, a helicopter flies over, and just look at the science and effort that went into building and making what it can do. The sky's literally the limit. We're just going to go up from here and continue to make history, and I want to be part of that.
Yeah, I feel very privileged, very lucky, and very blessed to have an opportunity like this.
A big plus for me is when a student comes back and they tell me, you know, we're buying our first home. You know, I could go work in industry myself and make much more money, but I wanted to work at AV College and help the students so I could give back to the community. And so for them to accomplish that and be successful in life, you know, that's big for me.
It feels great to have something that the world really, really needs, to have a skill that can really contribute.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, America's largest Ram truck center, has an inventory as big as a wide open West. Ram is Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 3 years running, featuring the all-new Ram 1500s and the heavy-duty Ram 25s and 3500s. H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, located at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or at ramofthewest.com.
Take advantage of huge savings on all new Ram truck inventory in stock during Ram Power Days going on now.
Saturday afternoon football here on SoCal College Sports, the Antelope Valley Marauders and the Moorpark Raiders as we get set up. National anthem is over as we get ready for some American Pacific Conference football here from Marauder Stadium. I'm Matt Robinson. The Marauders trying to finish off a perfect conference season, 4-0 right now. They've already wrapped up the American Pacific Conference Championship on a 6-game winning streak right now. They've played some of their best football over the last 6 weeks, trying to finish it off, make it 7 in a row, and get themselves into a nice bowl game in the postseason, taking on a Moorpark team that's struggling a little bit as of late, kind of trading wins and losses. 3-5 on the year, 2-1 in the American Pacific, and they're right now tied for second. Still have another week left of football for them, as everybody kind of in odd schedule stances right now due to some COVID concerns down the line. A couple of teams will finish up next week. Most everybody finishing up this week, though, as there's still a lot to do as we're nearly ready to go. Moorpark in their white uniforms will kick off to the Marauders, who will move from right to left on your screen in those maroon and gray uniforms that they've worn here at home for most of the season. As Ramon Huff going to stand back right at about his own 10-yard line for Antelope Valley, joined by Reese Robinson, who's standing just a few yards in front of him, as we just wait for Moorpark to be ready to go. As Scooter Carranza will do the kicking duties today for the Raiders. As we are nearly ready to go for a 2 o'clock kickoff here on a Saturday afternoon. Ball is in the air. It's a short kick. It goes out of bounds. And it didn't even get across the 25-yard line, so the ball will move up to the 35 for the Marauders, and that's where they will take it. So we'll get our first look at the Marauder offense here to start the football game. Caden Hinton, the quarterback, has been solid for most of the season for the Marauders, as he's been their starter pretty much all year long. Marauders will probably go with two guys in the backfield. Amir Bankhead, Xavier Clay, Jackson Marshall have all been the heavy workload running backs this year. As Hinton walks up to the line, kind of claps his hands together, will stand back at the 30-yard line, takes the direct snap, hand off to Bankhead, and he plunges through the line of scrimmage, picks up about 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. So first play of the ball game, a running play for the Marauders. So it'll bring second down, and we'll call it about 7 here. Ball thrown on the outside, pass caught by Carlos Hill. There's a flag on the far side of the field. So we'll wait and see. It's an illegal motion, illegal formation on the Marauders here. So play doesn't count. It'll back everything up. And it'll bring up second down and long here for the Marauders. Ball backed up about 2 yards beyond the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be second down and 12. And we'll go back to work as it's a 5-yard penalty. Hinton in the backfield will send Carlos Hill in motion. Hinton's been very good this year, 115 of 228. As he'll throw downfield, got knocked down, and it's incomplete. 1573 in terms of the yards, 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions for Hinton. The efficiency at 120.2, averaging 174.8 yards per, and 6.9 per attempt this year. He's got a few weapons to work with on the outside. Carlos Hill, Davon Jones, Jalen O'Neal, and Joshua Clark have really been the main receivers for the Marauders this year. As they'll throw here, little screen pass to Hill, has blockers out in front, breaks a couple of tackles across the 45-yard line, and that'll be good enough for a Marauder first down. So good little play design by Perry Jalika that time. Gets the screen pass into the hands of one of the dangerous men. And enough for a Marauder first down as Carlos Hill with the reception. Has 40 receptions now on the year. That one, a 12-yard reception, will put him over 620 yards on the season and 9 touchdowns to lead the team. He's right now 4th in the state of California in touchdowns is Carlos Hill, 13 in yards over the year as well. As he'll be the near side man, they'll send Davon Jones in motion. Bankhead, the lone back in the backfield. He'll get the give, runs to his left, cuts it back to his right, gets across midfield, knocked down right at the 50-yard line. Will bring up second down. Second and about 6. It's about a 4-yard gain for Bankhead. This is a 3-man front here for Moorpark. Hinton will throw another little screen pass, and that one cleaned up nicely. Brendan Bodner, the first one in on the hit for Moorpark, as he's able to get to Carlos Hill. No gain. It'll bring up third down and 6. And actually third down and 7 as we recalculate here. Look at the board. So third and long here for the Marauders. Bankhead stays in the backfield with Hinton. 3 receivers out to the far side for Antelope Valley. As Jones in motion, Hinton will throw. 3-step drop, now wants to step up in the pocket. Throws it downfield, over the middle, pass is dropped. It hit Carlos Hill right in the numbers, and Hill couldn't hold on to it. It'll bring up fourth down. And that should have probably been a touchdown, if not a big gain, as Carlos Hill had all sorts of time. The ball hit him right in the stomach, and he just dropped it. Gets some high fives from the sidelines on his way back and says, come on, man, we got to have that one. But it's all right. We'll move on. And the Marauders will kick it away. John Henderson doing the punting duties. One man standing back around his own 10-yard line is Daniel Pierce. A wobbly punt taken right about the 12-yard line, and Pierce pushed out of bounds right there. No return. Punt about 42 yards. And we'll get to see the Moorpark Raider offense for the first time today. Trey Johnson, the quarterback for Moorpark, the sophomore out of Westlake Village. Oaks Christian graduate, 126 of 272, 1,502 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions on the year. Has a TD pass in 6 of 7 games this season, including 6 straight, but he's going to be backed up all the way back at his own 15-yard line to start here on 1st down and 10. For the Moorpark Raiders in those white tops with black pants, black helmets for Moorpark as they'll fake the give. Johnson will throw to the outside. Pass caught by Alexander Jones. A lot of work for not a lot of progress. Maybe picks up a yard. It'll bring 2nd down, and we'll say 9. Jones last week, 3 catches for 41 yards and no touchdowns for against Santa Barbara for the Marauders. 18 receptions, 249 yards, then a touchdown coming into the day. So they give a yard. It'll be 2nd down from the left hash here for the Raiders. Pass over the middle, caught. And it's a tough catch for Alexander Jones. Good job securing it. It's a pickup of maybe 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 7 here. We'll say 6 now as the board populates. And so a 3rd down and long here for the Raiders. Johnson in the shotgun with one back to his left. Will throw on the swing pass, caught by Donovan Davis. Still fighting his way forward, and he's got enough for a Moorpark 1st down across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Donovan Davis has been the main back since Joe Lanos has been out of the lineup. Lanos hasn't run since October 16th, so they've been relying on Donovan Davis. Not much room for Alexander Jones to work that time as Ramon Huff in on the tackle. And a loss of about 2 yards here, maybe 3, so we'll call it 2nd down and 13. Ramon Huff, one of the sophomores for Antelope Valley on the defensive side. 23 tackles on the year coming in. Has an interception and a pass breakup as well. It's been one of the leaders on the outside for the Marauders all season long as he's kind of put out there on an island on the near side. Raiders will run to Carbajal this time on a wide receiver end around. He's pushed out of bounds, and then a late flag is some pushing and shoving on the far sideline. Carbajal and Ogle have been the go-to guys for Trey Johnson this year. Wait and see on what the penalty is. In the area of an unsportsmanlike conduct. Personal foul on AVC, so it'll bring up a 1st down for Moorpark as it gives them a free 1st down, moves the chains. And with 9:59 to go here in the 1st. The Raiders approaching midfield, ball on the 45-yard line. They'll hand off here on 1st down. Plunging through the line was Davis. Not much room to operate. Maybe picked up a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Davis this year, 38 carries, 115 yards coming into today's game, averaging about 3 yards a carry. Only has 1 touchdown this year. His longest run of the season is 12. Him and Jamar McFarland have been kind of the rotating backs. As McFarland in there now will work out to the near side. They'll throw. Actually, that was Davis once again. Passes caught. He picks up a yard. Not much room to operate, so it'll be 3rd down and 8 here. As the Raiders try to move ahead and just not much room to work. So we'll 3rd down and 8. Ball spotted on the 47-yard line here of Moorpark. Johnson in the shotgun. Has one man to his left. 3 receivers out to the far side. Will step back to throw. Quickly swings it to the outside. Pass is caught by Arcellus Johnson. He's pushed out of bounds and has enough for a 1st down. So the Raiders once again move the chains. So 1st and 10 here for Moorpark across midfield on the 44-yard line of Antelope Valley. So the Raiders with 3 first downs here on this first drive, one aided by a penalty as that pass thrown along the outside caught. And it's a 5-yard gain. The clock will go back to work. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Actually, mark it 2nd down and 6. Ball spotted right at the 40-yard line now. It's Johnson, an empty back set here. 5 wide for the Raiders. 3-step quick drop, swings it to the outside. Incomplete. Looking on the near side to Johnson. And Johnson's hurt, stretching back for that one. So we'll take a timeout for a second here and get Johnson checked out. Stretching back to try and make the catch. I'm not sure if he just landed awkwardly. Maybe it's his knee or his hamstring. Some medical staff for Moorpark out there to check on him. Gives everybody a chance to talk about it. And this is, you never want to see an injury, but this is probably a good break for Antelope Valley right now, as it gives them an opportunity to reset the defense here and talk about what they want to do. Is Chad Trout, the defensive coordinator, out there talking to his side? It looks like Johnson's all right, going to walk off the field under his own power. We'll bring everybody back out. We'll go 3rd down and 6 with 7:32 to go here in the first quarter. No score between Antelope Valley and Moorpark on a Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock game. An absolutely gorgeous day here in the Antelope Valley, a rare non-windy day. Although it is November and the weather is 90 degrees right now, which is insane. Our director Aldo Canepa nods his head, says, yep, that's correct. To my right here is Johnson will look over to the sidelines. There's one man in the backfield with him. Takes the direct snap. Will throw out to the near side. Leaping catch made by Kenneth Stewart. It's going to be short of a 1st down by about 2 yards, so it's decision time here for Moorpark. As the ball right at the 36-yard line. And it looks like the Raiders going to go for it here. So they're going to say outside of Scooter Carranza's range. They need 2. They stay in the shotgun. Give this time. Trying to get it to the outside is Davis, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover on downs, well short of the marker. So the Marauder defense gets a stand. They take over 1st and 10 with 6:56 to go here in the first. And they will have the ball with their best field position of the afternoon on their second drive, marked at their own 38-yard line. So a good stand for the Antelope Valley defense. Davis trying to come to the near side, could not get the corner. Marauders did a good job to set the edge on the run. And now the Marauders will run a wide receiver run, and then a flag on the far side of the field, right about the 40-yard line. There's an end around for Carlos Hill. And the flag in an area of a hold along the outside. Take another look. See if we can figure out. And yes, it indeed was a hold. So we'll back things up. We'll go 1st down. So we'll call it 1st and 20, back all the way to the 30-yard line. Actually, 3rd down and 18 as it's a spot foul in the area of the hold. So ball spotted on the 30. Marauders need to get to their own 48 for a first down. Have 1st and 18 after the holding penalty. They'll hand off this time. Bankhead just plunging through the pile. Ball is loose on the ground, picked up by Moorpark, and I believe it'll be Moorpark football, and they'll have it on the 38-yard line of Antelope Valley. Bankhead just trying to spin as we take another look here right through the pile, and the ball just flies out and lands right into the feet of one of the Moorpark defenders. I didn't see who picked it up, but it's a Raider first down, and they have great field position at the Marauder 38-yard line. So Antelope Valley asking the defense to step up once again here. As you give Trey Johnson and company a short field to work with. Johnson will send Carbajal in motion on 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Will swing it out wide. And a one-handed tackle along the outside by Xavier Tatham as he was able to pull down Donovan Davis. And it'll be 2nd down and 12 as he's able to stop him for a 2-yard loss. The ball moves back to the 41. Really nothing downfield yet for Moorpark. As Johnson just slings it out short. And another big hit along the near sidelines. Raymond Womack that time. Actually, it was Kejante Figures with the hit. Womack was in the area as well as the pass was caught by Carbajal, and he didn't have much room to work. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 12 as they don't pick up anything that time. And actually, it's a loss of 1 once again as they spot the football a yard back. So the defense for Antelope Valley trying to make another stop after they held the on the Raiders on a 4th down and 2 inside their own territory. Johnson gonna have to throw downfield this time. Looking good pass caught along the outside. Kenneth Stewart, and that's enough for a Moorpark first down. Best pass of the day for Trey Johnson as he finds Stewart. Stewart with just 11 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown coming in. Had 5 for 33 yards against Orange Coast on October 2nd. That was his best game of the year. But he contributes there with a big gain. About a 14-yard gain, enough for a Raider first down. They say 16 yards is the official numbers. Johnson will swing it again to the near side. Alexander Jones spinning back over his left shoulder. Will get it up to about the 20-yard line. He's spotted at the 21 of Antelope Valley. Picks up maybe about half the chains. A little less than that. It'll bring 2nd down at about 6. Five wide again here for Moorpark. So 4-yard gain for Alexander Jones. Ramon Huff was in on the tackle. Carbajal in motion. Johnson to throw. Throws towards Carbajal. Just gets it over the top of a defender as breaking on the route was Lorphalis, and he just couldn't get to it. And that allows Carbajal to pick up a first down. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line, maybe the 14-yard line. We'll see where the spot is. Actually, it's right at the 10-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal here for Moorpark. So Carbajal for 11 yards. Sanders made the tackle, pushing him out of bounds. 1st and goal here for Moorpark. Little dump-off swing, pass caught by Davis, trying to get to the edge. Gets maybe 2 yards. See where the official spot is. And he got quite a big chunk there, actually back him up a yard, so. Second down and goal from the 6 here. Actually, I think it's a yard back. I think it's at the 7. As Carbajal comes inside. Johnson to throw. Throwing to the far sideline. Pass caught, but pushed out of bounds before he could come down in the field of play was Stewart. As Lorfelis in on the breakup. And we'll third down and goal from the 7-yard line. It's a dangerous throw from Johnson to the short side of the field as they're hashed left right now. And all sorts of red jerseys around. Lucky maybe that ball wasn't picked off. We'll go third down here and goal from the 7-yard line. We'll throw to the near side. That one broken up. Carbajal wasn't ready for it. Figures was there to hit him right as the ball came in. And it'll be fourth and goal from the 7-yard line. And it looks like Moorpark will try and put points on the boards as Carranza will come out to kick the field goal. It'll be about a 24-yarder here. Carranza's long this year is 37. Ball spotted right about the 14. Kick is up. It is no good, wide to the left. So the Marauders get another stop as Carranza, who's 4 for 7 coming in, is now 4 for 8 on the season, misses from 24. And it'll be a long field here for Antelope Valley, as they'll get the ball spotted at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 with 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. No score between the Marauders and the Raiders. So the defense comes through again. Hinton will keep this time, and he's got all sorts of room across midfield, inside the 40 to the 30, and pushed out of bounds by Cashton Hafferty at about the 30-yard line, actually the 20. It's a huge gain for Caden Hinton, and it's first down for the Marauders, and they are in business. A 60-yard run for the quarterback right up the middle on the option run play, and the Marauders into the red zone for the first time. Hinton not known for his legs. Not really a runner. That is his longest of the year at 80 yards. Will throw to the outside. Pass incomplete. Was looking for Shamir Washington, and Washington just did not break quick enough on the route to even be in the area to make the catch. Hinton this year was in the negative for yards gained before that run. Had 25 carries for negative 10 yards, but that's a good way to get yourself into the positive, now plus 50 after the 60-yard gain. As he'll give here on second down, trying to get the corner for the Marauders was Michael Clark, and he's pushed out of bounds but has enough for a first down inside the 5. It'll be first and goal for Antelope Valley from the 5-yard line. Clark, his first run of the day. 43 carries, 166 yards coming in. Nice gain for him. And the Marauders on first and goal, the give. Jackson Marshall into the end zone. Antelope Valley touchdown. For Marshall, his 4th of the year, comes from 5 yards out, and with 1:12 to go in the first quarter, the Marauders on the board. Good play design that time for AVC. So Marshall did a good job, put his foot in the ground and just cut it to the right and went in untouched. Extra point for John Henderson is good. 7-3 Antelope Valley. 1:12 to go here in the first. After the missed field goal from Moorpark, the 60-yard run on first down from Caden Hinton eventually sets up the Jackson Marshall touchdown from 5 yards out. And the Marauders on the board. So 7-0 here, Antelope Valley. John Henderson to kick it away for the first time today. Fielding it right about his own 2-yard line was Daniel Pierce. He'll bring it out from there. Cuts it back across the 20, on the sideline, over the 30. Tries to cut back to the middle and has a good return all the way out to the 40-yard line. So good field position here for Moorpark as they'll go 1st and 10 from their own 41-42. We'll see where the spot is. About 3/4 of the way between the 41 and the 42-yard line. But a good return for Daniel Pierce, who's been the main kickoff return guy. Him and Jaquan Martin have really kind of done the bulk of the work. Pierce with over 300 yards now on the kick return game. Had 282 before the game, and that one a nice little 38-yard kick return, 39-yard kick return. As they'll go to the outside on first down as Johnson finds Alexander Jones. And that's good enough for Moorpark first down. Raiders trying to go quick here in the first quarter, trailing 7-0, inside of 60 seconds to go. Johnson at the line as the ball across midfield. Play clock at 20. It's Johnson with one in the backfield, 2 receivers out to the near side. Carbajal, the man slotted on the inside. As Johnson looks towards the sideline, 7 seconds on the play clock now. The Moorpark Raiders need to hurry up here, as they'll get it off with 1 second left on the play clock. Johnson will throw it to the outside. Pass broken up. Ramon Huff on the near side with the breakup as he was right step for step with Carbajal in coverage and knocks it away. Huff, the sophomore out of Bishop Alemany High School. 5'8", 180. Definitely a guy that we could see playing on Saturdays in the NCAA next year. Has flashed well on tape for most of the season for the Marauders. It's been very good in coverage. Flag here. Offside, I believe, is going to be the flag. Is just a small gain for Kenneth Stewart. 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 7 before the penalty. And it's actually a false start on Moorpark, so it's interesting that play got to go off. So never mind, it'll stay 2nd down. It'll make it 2nd down and 15 here. And that will pretty much bring us to the end of the first quarter. Moorpark going to go talk about it. 7-0 in favor of Antelope Valley with 15 minutes in the books. Second quarter action, we come back.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, America's largest Ram truck center, has an inventory as big as a wide open West. Ram is Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 3 years running, featuring the all-new Ram 1500s and the heavy-duty Ram 25s and 3500s. H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, located at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or at ramofthewest.com.
Take advantage of huge savings on all new Ram truck inventory in stock during Ram Power Days going on now.
7-0 Antelope Valley as we get ready for second quarter action here from Marauders Stadium. Jackson Marshall with the 4-yard touchdown run, set up by the 60-yard Caden Hinton run as the lone score of the first quarter. It was just a 3-play, 80-yard drive for Antelope Valley. They actually gave Caden Hinton just 59 yards on the run. That'll be second down and 15 here for Moorpark as they'll move to the north end zone here in the second quarter. Johnson throwing towards Carbajal, incomplete. A couple of Marauders out there in coverage, including Miles Cooney, the linebacker, out there in coverage. Lorphalis, I believe, was out in coverage as well. And we'll go third and 15 here for Moorpark, trailing 7-0. Raiders have had their chances, ball in the red zone a couple of times and just haven't been able to put any points on the board. Missed a field goal. Also opted to go for it on 4th and 2 and came up short down deep in the Antelope Valley territory. As the pass on the outside dropped by Davis. And again, Cooney out there in coverage on the back. And it'll be 4th down, and the Moorpark Raiders will kick it away here as Carranza will come out to punt. So the Marauder defense standing tall once again. A good return from Daniel Pierce, wasted by Moorpark. Carranza back to punt. Huff standing right about the 20-yard line. End over end kick that'll take a bounce towards the Marauder end zone, and the Raiders going to be able to down it all the way at the 1-yard line. Great kick from Carranza, his 7th inside the 20-yard line on the season. And it'll leave 99 yards for the Marauders to try and work here on first down in their first possession of the second quarter. Huff had to jump out of the way on that kick as he thought about maybe picking it up, but had a couple of white jerseys right in his face, thought better of it, and it ends up being downed right at the 1-yard line. So Hinton in his end zone with 2 backs in the backfield with him, will send Devon Jones in motion. Wants to throw here on first down. Throws it to the outside and throws it out of play. Was looking for Carlos Hill on the near side. In coverage, Mike Lopez was right there step for step. And it'll be second down and 10. Just too much air under that one from Hinton. Trying to fire it down the near sideline. Hinton this year has a touchdown pass in 7 of 9 games this season. It's 3 games with multiple TD passes. So can sling the ball when he gets the opportunity to. And in the shadow of his end zone with his feet planted firmly there, has to here. And that one behind Devon Jones. And a couple of white jerseys there to break it up. Actually, it was Carlos Hill again, the intended target. Hill has been the main target so far here today. Hill and Jones are the 2 that really do most of the work for Antelope Valley. Hill with 617 yards coming in. Jones with 705 yards coming in. They've combined for a little over 80 receptions on the season. As this time the Marauders will decide to run, and just getting back to the line of scrimmage was the running back. And I'll bring up 4th down here. So Antelope Valley going to be forced to punt from the back of their own end zone. So the field position game for Moorpark works here. Henderson going to stand with his heels on the back line. And it'll give Pierce a chance to try and go after one here, standing at about the 30-yard line. Snap is a bad one. Henderson going to just take a sack as it's kicked out of the back of the end zone, and it'll be a safety for Moorpark, as it was a bad snap to begin with. Henderson had some trouble with it as it bounced off his left hand as we take another look, and that allowed the Raiders to get in the backfield. Henderson, I think, thought about throwing it, fumbled the football, and I think somebody from Antelope Valley came up and just kicked it out of the back of the end zone smartly to make sure that it was just a safety and not a touchdown for the Raiders. So Moorpark gets points on the board after pinning Antelope Valley deep. And now we'll have a free kick scenario, as the Marauders will have to kick it from their own 20-yard line. So Pierce and Martin will stand back at about their own 20-yard line, giving Henderson room to boot this one away. He'll have to kick it from his own 20. Good kick from Henderson all the way back inside of the Moorpark 20. It's Pierce going to move it to his right. Now cuts it back into the middle looking for some blockers. Across the 40, returns it about to his own 41-yard line. And that is where Moorpark will take over. First down and 10. Jackson Martin on the tackle. Ball spotted right on the 40-yard line. So the Raiders trying to build some momentum here after the safety with good field position once again. We'll go back to work on the offensive side. It's Trey Johnson, still the quarterback, has Davis in the backfield next to him. We'll send the tight end Mazuka in motion. The give to Davis gets a yard. And that is it. Xavier Tatham with the tackle. Gain of a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9 here for Moorpark from the right hash. Screen pass to Davis. Had a block. Gets up to the 50-yard line. Might be a yard short of the marker. And nope, they will say he got right to the 50, so it'll be a first down. Gets the 9 he needed. So first down for Moorpark. Moorpark with 6 first downs. 5 of those have come through the air. Just 77 total yards for the Raiders. They're still in the ball game, trailing by 5. Is this pass downfield? And they say the pass is complete, caught by Justin Ogle for a big chunk all the way down to the 30-yard line. And the Raiders once again in business with a big pass and catch from Johnson to Ogle. Johnson going to throw again, looking downfield, picked off. Returned back to the 50-yard line inside the Moorpark 45. It's Deshaun Sanders with the interception. His third of the year, and the defense once again comes up big for Antelope Valley as the pass from Johnson taken away by Moorpark, or by Antelope Valley. And the Marauders in business. 1st and 10, they'll give. Bankhead gets the corner, room to run across the 30, inside the 20, to the 10, to the pylon. Touchdown, Antelope Valley, Amir Bankhead. Didn't take long to capitalize on the turnover. Bankhead from the 43 to the end zone, a 43-yard run. And it's an 11-point lead for Antelope Valley. As the extra point attempt blocked. Raiders will pick it up, chance to try and return it here. And they'll just get pushed out of bounds. So it'll stay an 11-point lead. Pierce was the man that picked it up. So it'll be 13-2 Antelope Valley after the 43-yard run set up by the interception by Deshaun Sanders. And the Marauders rolling here on a Saturday afternoon. With a 13-2 lead. So Henderson will kick this one off. Pierce and Martin standing right about their own 10-yard line, maybe their own 13 as they both walked forward a little bit. Henderson's kick, a good one. Going to go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So the Raiders will take over on their own 25-yard line. There's a quick possession for Antelope Valley. 43-yard touchdown run for Amir Bankhead. Rushing touchdowns from Jackson Marshall and Bankhead here in the first half. As Antelope Valley up by 11. So the Raiders will try and give as a late handoff, and there was nowhere to go for Donovan Davis. I think he's lucky to just get back to the line of scrimmage. Sai Martinez, the first man back there for the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 11-point lead. Pass to the outside. Caught by Mazuka, and he's able to pick up 6, maybe 7. It's Mazuka, just 8 catches now on the year. It's a 6-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4. It's Johnson now with short yardage to try and pick up another 1st down. Will throw the screen to Davis. Scouted very nicely by Gannon Guinness. And it'll bring up 4th down. Guinness right there to wrap up Davis. As Johnson's starting to struggle here a little bit. Johnson now has thrown interceptions in 6 of 8 games this season. After that interception by Deshaun Sanders. And Carranza going to be asked to kick this one away once again. As the kick a wobbly one. Bounces at about the 35-yard line. Downed by Moorpark. Marauders will take over at their own 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Leading 13-2. Is Hinton with 5 wide, wanted to throw a swing pass, this time to Jalen O'Neal, and didn't even really get much of enough on it to get it to Jalen O'Neal. It landed harmlessly on the turf in front of him, and a ring up 2nd down. That was just a missed throw by Hinton. So 2nd and 10, ball at the 30. Wants to throw the screen again, and that time throws it over the head of the intended target. Looking for Emery Floyd, maybe looking for a little double pass there. As you take a look, the Marauders kind of fell back into a trick play position, it looked like, with the second quarterback out there and Emery Floyd, and just Hinton had to try and get it over a defender and couldn't quite drop it in. I don't know if that play was going to work from the get-go. So 3rd down. This time they'll give. Carry for Jackson Marshall. Loses a yard. And a very disjointed drive for Antelope Valley is going to force John Henderson back out to punt. Marauders just did not look very organized on that drive. First couple of passes from Hinton just deflated the tires a little bit. So Henderson going to be pressed back into duty. Pierce standing at his own 35-yard line to receive. Henderson with a little more room this time to work. Last time he tried to punt, was standing with his heels on the back of the end zone. This time a good punt, end over end. Pierce will take it at the 35, runs right in to a Marauder defender. As Dedrick Moore on the tackle. Holds Pierce to just a 9-yard return. .40-yard punt, 9-yard return. Raiders will take over on their own 44-yard line. So we'll see if Moorpark's offense can get themselves back into rhythm and try and keep themselves close in the ball game. They'll hand off here on 1st down, and a mess of red jerseys in the backfield to wrap up Donovan Davis. First man in that time for Antelope Valley, I believe, was once again Miles Cooney. Or Miles Cooney, excuse me. And it actually might have been Gannon Guinness. And it's a loss of about 3 yards, 2 yards, they say officially. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 12. Empty backfield. Carbajal in motion this time. Raiders want to throw. Johnson slings it. Ogle, pass caught across midfield, still on his feet. And he's brought down at about the 40-yard line of Antelope Valley. Good pass and catch on a quick slant play. And enough for Moorpark 1st down. Raiders move the chains. Ogle this year, 215 yards on 18 receptions. just one touchdown. Had 3 catches for 43 yards against Santa Barbara. Still throw to the outside. This pass caught by Johnson. Kind of wanted to make an extra step and an extra move. Didn't really secure the football very well. A little bit dangerous as you take a look. Kind of leaves the ball just in his right hand, palms it almost like a basketball, and then starts to make some moves. And it'll be a timeout called by Antelope Valley here with 7:45 to go in the second quarter. 13-2. We'll take a timeout.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, America's largest Ram truck center, has an inventory as big as a wide open West. Ram is Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 3 years running, featuring the all-new Ram 1500s and the heavy-duty Ram 25s and 3500s. H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, located at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or at ramofthewest.com.
Take advantage of huge savings on all new Ram truck inventory and stock during Ram Power Days going on now.
7:45 to go here in the second quarter. 13-2 in favor of Antelope Valley. Raiders moving the football, though, all the way down to the AVC 27-yard line. As they go 1st and 10 after the timeout. Empty backfield once again here for Moorpark. Pass slung onto the outside to Ogle once again. Gets inside the 25 to about the 20-yard line. Pushed out, but they'll keep the clock rolling. It'll be 2nd down and spotted at about 4 yards here, as Moorpark needs to get down to the Antelope Valley 17-yard line for a 1st down. Again, 4 wide here for Moorpark. They've stayed without a running back. The run game hasn't really had much to work with here as that pass off the hands of Arcelis Johnson. Probably a good thing is there were 3 red jerseys all vying for the football in the backfield out of Trey Johnson's hand, and somehow he got it over everybody's head to make sure it wasn't intercepted. So we'll go 3rd down and 4. Marauder defense being called upon once again as the ball in the red zone here for Moorpark. Johnson in the backfield by himself. Extra man at the line of scrimmage to block. Will float one up towards the end zone. Incomplete. Alexander Jones trying to get onto it. Could not, as it was just a little bit too far out in front of him. Good job on the coverage along the outside. By Deshaun Sanders that time. Be 4th down and 4. Moorpark going to go for it once again as they're outside of Carranza's range. His long this year is 37. And they would be right about at that mark. So they're going to opt to go for it, trailing by 11. Carbajal in motion. Pass towards the end zone. Behind the intended target of Justin Ogle. Turnover on downs. The defense for Moorpark, or for Antelope Valley, stands tall again, forcing a turnover on downs for the 2nd time today, as Moorpark fails to convert on their 2nd 4th down opportunity. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for AVC, as they'll hand off on 1st down. Nowhere to go that time for Amir Bankhead. There's Noah Dilly on the tackle. Loss of a yard brings up 2nd down and 11. Hinton to throw here on second down, rolls to his right and just opts to throw it out of play. No coverage, no pass into coverage, I should say, as the Raiders did a good job along the secondary to make sure that nobody was open. And now a late flag, extremely late. The umpire throwing the flag. It's an eligible man downfield, so they had to talk about it. Moorpark opts to not take the penalty, instead take the loss of downs. So we'll go third down and 11. Hinton going to step up and run. Room to work across the 35. Takes a hit down at the 40-yard line. Another big chunk for Caden Hinton. His second long run of the day. And the Marauders with a first down. So Hinton not known for his legs. Doing a good job moving the football on the ground that time, just tucking it and going. That'll be first down, ball spotted on the Antelope Valley 40-yard line. Hinton will give. Bankhead trying to get the edge. Lowers his shoulders, brought down by Nathan Mendiola. And it'll bring up second down and about 5 as they give him a 5-yard gain. Bankhead will stay to the right of Hinton here. 3 wide receivers to the far side for Antelope Valley. Bankhead on the carry, plunges through the pile, gets maybe a yard, bring up third down at about 4. So 3rd and 4 here for Antelope Valley, just on their half of the midfield stripe. Ball spotted at about the 46-yard line. Marauders going to change the play here. Hinton going to move Bankhead onto the near side. Takes the direct snap, quick drop. Screen pass, Bankhead across midfield, enough for a first down. So the Marauders move the chains once again. Ball at the Moorpark 47. 1st and 10 here for AVC. Bankhead once again on the carry, right up the gut, across the 35, inside the 30, has one man to beat, into the end zone. 2nd touchdown of the ball game, Amir Bankhead. Bankhead with a 43-yarder, now a 47-yarder. And with 3:46 to go, the lead now 19-2. Antelope Valley as they'll bring Hinton on to try the extra point. As Bankhead that time right up the gut. The big boys up front doing a nice job to leave him a nice big hole. Bankhead, who's shown the ability to run now with 8 touchdowns on the year, is up near 100 yards on the ball game, has touchdown runs of 43 and 47. It's 20-2 Antelope Valley here from Marauder Stadium over the Moorpark Raiders here in the 2nd quarter.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, America's largest Ram truck center, has an inventory as big as a wide open West. Ram is Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 3 years running, featuring the all-new Ram 1500s and the heavy-duty Ram 25s and 3500s. H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, located at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Autumn Hall or at ramofthewest.com.
Take advantage of huge savings on all new Ram truck inventory in stock during Ram Power Days going on now.
20-2 Antelope Valley as Henderson to kick this one away. Low line drive kick fielded by Daniel Pierce at his own 5-yard line. He'll bring it up from there, right up the middle, and get stuffed right at the 25-yard line as the first and only contact by Dorian Mitchell. And with 3:40 to go here in the first half, Moorpark going to take over at their own 27-yard line. Raiders need to get something going here as it's starting to get out of reach a little bit. An 18-point lead for the Marauders. Last time down the field, the Raiders did a good job on the empty back set. They come right back out in it. Johnson to throw to the outside. Arcellus Johnson on the catch. Enough for a first down. The Marauders will move ahead. Ramon Huff able to push Johnson out of play. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line of Moorpark. Trey Johnson again looking to the sidelines. They stay empty in the backfield. One extra blocker in there. It's 5 receivers. Johnson to throw to the outside. Looking pass caught. Alexander Jones for a Moorpark first down. All the way down to the 31-yard line. And Moorpark in business once again. Good pass and catch as he drops it right in to where only Jones could make the play. And Johnson here on first down again will take the direct snap. Throws looking downfield into double coverage. And it's incomplete and a late flag coming from the back judge. 2 Marauders were there. Ramon Huff and Augustin Lorfelis were both in the vicinity, and they knocked down the intended receiver. And I believe this is going to go for pass interference. It indeed is. Pass interference going to be the call. And it'll push the ball all the way up to the Marauder 16-yard line. Another first down here for Moorpark. And with 2:41, the Raiders inside the red zone once again. Johnson by himself in the backfield as they stay with the 5 wide receiver set. And I mean, why not? It's work to get you into scoring position. You just haven't been able to put points on the board yet. That time pass along the outside on the far side into the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Jacob Carbajal. Brings up second down and 10. Huff again out on an island by himself defensively, just trying to contain Carbajal and able to force him out wide enough that he couldn't get the route sharp enough to be able to make a play on the football. So we'll second down and 10. Change in the quarterback here. Trevor Jungman coming in. So Moorpark trying something different. And a timeout called by Antelope Valley. I think that's a smart timeout by the Marauders there. As a different quarterback into the ball game, maybe thinking about what to do here. As we'll go second and 10 with 2:36 to go. All right, so we go back to work here. 2nd down and 10 for Moorpark. 2:36 to go. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. And the Raiders come back out with Johnson at quarterback this time. So after an adjustment, they'll go with Johnson. Has a back in the backfield. Throws towards the end zone. Picked off! Second time today. Trey Johnson picked off. That time, Augustin Lorphalis on the interception. And then tough news for AVC. Looks like Ramon Huff down in the back of the end zone. Not sure what happened. See if we can get a glimpse of it here. Let's take another look. You see the interception. Did Huff just get tied up with a receiver? Maybe. I think that's what it might have been. I can't tell. Yeah, and it looks like he did. He just got tied up with somebody and maybe twisted an ankle, twisted a knee a little bit. So we'll hope Ramon Huff's all right. Looks like he was tied up with Johnson on the outside there on the pass. But it's an interception for Antelope Valley. Second time today, Trey Johnson of Moorpark's been picked off. And so we'll take a timeout as we check on Ramon Huff. Make sure he's all right. It's 20-2 in favor of Antelope Valley here from Marauder Stadium. Getting some help off the field from the medical staff for Antelope Valley, and it looks like he's on a little bit of his own weight, but not fully weighted here, so he'll get checked on. Can't tell if it's his right or his left knee. The Lorphalis interception gives the Marauders the football. They'll go with a little trickery here. Handoff. This time to Marshall. And a late flag once again. That's the second time the umpire has thrown a late flag well after the play was over. For Huff, it looks like it's his left knee. So we're waiting on the flag here. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. So something said down in the pile after the rush by Marshall, and it'll march the ball ahead and give AVC a first down. All the way out to their own 41-yard line as they'll go back to work. So Hinton in the shotgun, ball on the 41. Has Marshall in the backfield with him here, so Marshall going to get a chance to work after Bankhead with 43 and 47-yard touchdowns. We'll take a nice little break. So the Marauders with an 18-point lead. Hinton to throw downfield, intercepted, picked off. Daniel Pierce, he'll try and return it back across the 45, inside the 40. Had a block inside the 20, trying to take it to the house, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So interceptions for both sides. The Raiders get one back, and they'll have it in business. First and goal from the 5-yard line. Daniel Pierce with the interception. The 9th interception thrown by Hinton this season. And credit a touchdown saving hit by Jackson Marshall, who laid a hat on Daniel Pierce to knock him out. And the Raiders will go 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. They need to hurry up, get out onto the field. The play clock's already started, as they only have 10 seconds left in the play clock. They're not even at the line of scrimmage here. They come out in a big back set. And a timeout called by Antelope Valley. And that's their final timeout of the first half here, and a smart timeout by the Marauders. Perry Jalika says, I don't like this. Let's talk about it defensively. As that was the first look we've seen today for Moorpark. Really the first time they've been inside the 10-yard line that close. And they came out with a huge set, a jumbo package. 2 fullbacks and a deep back, with the quarterback under center. So the Marauders want to talk about what to do when they see that. Here from Moorpark, and we'll see if the Raiders make a change here. There's $1:44 to go here in the first half. It's 20-2. And if you're Moorpark, you need 6 here. Should trail by 18. Got to try and get yourself back within striking distance. And now there's a discussion at the near sideline. Maybe something to do with the clock, and now it looks like we're ready to go back to work. And actually the clock wasn't right. The clock had a second tick off. That's what the delay was for. So there's a 1:45 to go here. Clock now back to work. Actually, no, it ticked off a second once again. And we'll go here. Option play. They try a trick play. Carbajal able to pick it up, cuts it back inside, dives to the end zone. In for a Moorpark touchdown. It was not clean by any stretch of the imagination, but it works for Moorpark. Carbajal fumbled it. It bounced off the turf. He picked it up, was able to cut it inside, and dove to the end zone for the Raider touchdown. It was an option run play. As that was the design, was the option one run with the reverse, but the reverse pitch bounced off of Carbajal, took a high hop off the turf right back to him, and he's able to put it in the end zone for a touchdown. Moorpark going to go for 2 here, as it's Johnson back in. Takes the direct snap. There was all sorts of bodies moving before the snap. Yeah, there's going to be a false start on the play. I was going to say, there was a lot of people in motion that time. So we'll try it again. It'll back the ball up. It's a point after attempt, a 2-point conversion attempt here. So go 5 wide. Johnson, the lone back, or the quarterback in the backfield by himself here, will throw to the end zone. Little corner route, looking for Aracelis Johnson. Does not connect. So it'll be 20-8. 2-point conversion, no good. And with 1:35 to go here in the first half, it's now a 12-point lead for Antelope Valley. Marauders have had touchdowns from Amir Bankhead of 43 and 47 yards on the ground, and a 4-yarder from Jackson Marshall. Moorpark with points off of a safety and then a 5-yard touchdown run just a few moments ago over from Jacob Carbajal to get their first touchdown of the ball game. As it's a short onside kick attempt that gets to the 45-yard line of Antelope Valley, and they'll take over first down. A couple of seconds ticked off the clock. It wasn't a very long kick, but it was, not sure if it was really an onside kick attempt or just a botched kick. As they'll put the ball at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10 here for Antelope Valley. As on 1st and 10, Bankhead back in the ball game, stays on his feet through the pile across midfield, inside the 40, cuts it back at the 30-yard line, still on his feet, driving to the end zone. Touchdown, Amir Bankhead, his 3rd of the ball game. So Bankhead with his 3rd touchdown has touchdowns of 43, 47, and just for good measure, 56 this time. Henderson not going to get the extra point try off. Makes a tackle coming back the other way as Pierce with another block on the extra point. So it's 26-8. Second time today, Antelope Valley's missed on the extra point attempt. But it doesn't much matter. It's been the Amir Bankhead show. 3 touchdowns in the ball game from 43, 47, and 56. It's 26-8 in favor of the Marauders. So we'll go again. Henderson will kick it deep. This time they go at Jaquan Martin. He'll field it at his own 5-yard line. Wants to cut it back towards the middle of the field. And 7 red jerseys around him. Williams the tackle. And Moorpark will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So the Raiders with 1:12 to work. Need to march the field, and the pass from Johnson, intended for Arcelis Johnson, goes out of play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Expect the Raiders to take a few shots downfield here. Johnson this time over the middle. Incomplete over the head of Arcelis Johnson. And when they go over the middle today, that's been the trouble for Trey Johnson. He's already thrown 2 interceptions on the day. As Lorphalus has an interception. Sanders has an interception. There's Johnson again, this time looking on the slant. Was targeting Araceli Johnson the whole way, and it's incomplete, and it's a quick 3 and out. Just 10 seconds taken off the clock that time from Moorpark. So Carranza going to have to kick this one away. Reese Robinson going to be the man back to receive this time, standing at his own 42-yard line. Carranza, wobbly kick. Take a Moorpark bounce at about the 45. Rolls inside the 40 to the 35. That's where the Marauders will take over. 1st and 10. With 50 seconds to go. And a chance to put up 6 more here before the close of the first half. Raiders will get the ball out of the timeout. It's the handoff this time to Marshall, and he's got room to run. Breaks a tackle inside the 40, looking for blockers, cuts it back inside the 20, and he's brought down at the 15-yard line. Jackson Marshall with a big run. Marauders going to hustle up to the line of scrimmage to clock it here, and they will. With 33.8. The ball at the 15-yard line. So the run game paying dividends here for Antelope Valley. Another huge chunk that time for Marshall. Ball at the 15 here. Marauders in the red zone once again. Hinton will fake, and he's sacked. Brought down to the backfield. That time by Jacob Vallejo. And I don't know if the Marauders are going to get back organized fast enough to get another opportunity here. They need to hurry up. Just 15 seconds left here in the first half. The snap to Hinton. He'll throw to the outside pass. Caught. Inbounds. And that'll do it for the first half. As Carlos Hill on the reception got back to the line of scrimmage, Marauders will just walk off. They'll take a 26-8 lead into the locker room after 30 minutes of play. As we'll take a timeout here from Marauders Stadium. First half in the books. Antelope Valley on top over Moorpark.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, America's largest Ram truck center, has an inventory as big as a wide open West. Ram is Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 3 years running, featuring the all-new Ram 1500s and the heavy-duty Ram 25s and 3500s. H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, located at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or at ramofthewest.com.
Take advantage of huge savings on all new Ram truck inventory in stock during Ram Power Days going on now.
At first glance, this small airfield looks like little more than a graveyard for old planes with a few working aircraft taxiing nearby. But look closer towards the hangar, and you'll see there's much more going on.
All right, so you guys go ahead and remove the starter.
Welcome to Antelope Valley College and Fox Field, home to one of the newest and most comprehensive aerospace teaching facilities in the nation. This 10,000 square foot hangar is filled with planes, frames, and engines, all waiting to be studied and worked on.
Today, what we're going to do is we're going to actually remove an aircraft starter.
Today, Professor of Aeronautics Ty Medler is letting his students get hands-on experience, removing and replacing complex and essential parts.
Once you get it out, you'll show it to me. I'll ask you a couple of questions, and then you'll be cleared to put it back on.
Later, they'll dive right in, taking apart and reassembling entire engines. Associate Professor Jack Halliday says for some students, these courses mark the first time they've ever even picked up a tool.
So they go through these programs, they get full exposure to the hand tools, the mechanics behind the airplanes. They learn full-blown operation on how to work on airplanes from the ground up. The important thing with hands-on experience with this program is students are fully exposed to the working operation on the airplane.
I've never held a wrench prior to being in this program. I knew nothing. But my teachers have been very patient with me, showing me what all the tools are, how they work, when to use this one, when to use that one. They've been very patient with me.
At one point, Shalom Lazar thought he wanted to be a music composer, but then he discovered this aeronautics program at Antelope Valley. Now this student says he's on his way to a career that's both well-paying and deeply satisfying.
Oh, I love it. The reason why I really like this one is because of its high demand. Not just because of how easy it is to get a job, but because it means that the world really needs it.
Besides the hands-on training, there's equal time spent on classroom instruction, schematics, and classes often rooted in physics, math, design, and engineering. Mettler, who spent more than 30 years in this industry, says what's most satisfying is watching these students have those aha moments.
As an instructor, it's always fun to watch the students and to see a light bulb go on when they go, oh, I finally get it. Okay, I'm glad you showed that to me, because for most of them, it's a brand new experience.
And knowing that if I see a plane taking off and I was one of the ones who helped to get it into the air, it's very fulfilling for me.
Antelope Valley in northern LA County is home to some of the world's biggest aerospace companies, like Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, and Boeing. It's also home to Edwards Air Force Base, where many space shuttle flights have landed.
So getting out of high school here, if you're willing to learn and work with your hands, there's tons of employment opportunities.
April King graduated from the Aero program in 2015 after taking night classes while working in the industry. She's now a principal quality assurance analyst at Northrop Grumman's Palmdale facility.
We're making history out here in the Antelope Valley, and it's great to have a college that creates employees from their curriculums. So I was able to turn the information that I learned at the college into real-time application and applying it to what I was working with every day.
It's been a passion for, high school. Even high school, I was trying to get into something that deals with aircraft. Aircraft has always been my passion.
Student Eddie Ramirez had already gained some aircraft maintenance skills while serving in the U.S. Navy. But now he says he's learning a lot more and knows the job offers will be waiting when he's done.
I want to continue to work on aircraft. It doesn't really matter what type of aircraft, as long as I'm hands-on. It's a great program. You'll learn so much. You'll be humbled by how much you learn.
Antelope Valley is one of only 15 California community colleges offering 4-year bachelor's degrees, as well as associate's degrees and certificates. The bachelor's degree in airframe manufacturing technology essentially leads to careers in engineering and building planes, and even spacecraft. Designed in concert with the aerospace industry, the program's already turned out 2,000 graduates in 4 years, with 94% getting hired into companies like Grumman, Lockheed, even SpaceX, and Virgin Galactic.
They're looking to build lives, build a career, build families. They're looking to contribute to the country, to the world, forward-thinking people that want careers and jobs.
Who doesn't look up at the sky and just, you're in awe when an airplane flies over, a helicopter flies over, and just look at the science and effort that went into building and making what it can do. The sky's literally the limit. We're just gonna go up from here and continue to make history, and I wanna be part of that.
Yeah, I feel very privileged, very lucky, and very blessed to have an opportunity like this.
A big plus for me is when a student comes back and they tell me, we're buying our first home. I could go work in industry myself and make much more money, but I wanted to work at AV College and help the students so I could give back to the community. And so for them to accomplish that and be successful in life, that's big for me.
It feels great to have something that the world really, really needs, to have a skill that can really contribute.
Welcome back into Marauders Stadium as we get ready for second half action. Antelope Valley leading 26-8 over Moorpark, as it was an interesting first half, we'll say. The Marauders did not have the football for very long, but put up 26 points in the first half. 348 total yards for AVC in the first 30 minutes of play, and most of those coming on the ground. 20 rushing attempts for a net of 327 yards, and most of those coming from Amir Bankhead, who's got 165 yards on 9 carries and 3 touchdowns. Touchdowns of 43, 47, and 56 in the ball game. The only other touchdown run of the game was from Jackson Marshall, as it was just a 4-yard run, helped by Caden Hinton, who had a 60-yard run to set it up. So it's really been the ground game, and that's it. Just 21 yards passing for Caden Hinton on 5 of 14 and an interception. On the other side for Moorpark, Trey Johnson, 24 of 40, 84 yards, and 2 interceptions. And that's been where the attack has been. It's all been through the air. Alexander Jones with 6 receptions, 49 yards. Justin Ogle with 4 receptions, 44 yards. Araceli Johnson with 3 receptions, 34 yards. The only touchdown of the game came on the ground by Jacob Carbajal. A touchdown from 6 out on a receiver reverse. That was really an awkward broken play, a ball bouncing around as the kick return all the way back out to the 25-yard line by Jaquin Martin, and that's where Moorpark will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25. So it'll be Moorpark first down. As it'll be Trey Johnson still in at quarterback. We'll swing it out, trying to hit Carbajal, incomplete. Just a couple of seconds ticks off the clock. It'll bring second down. That's kind of been the struggle. Second down, Johnson to throw, intercepted. That ball, I think, might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage, and the interception by Xavier Tatham, and it's the 3rd interception of the ball game for Trey Johnson. This is the 3rd time this year he's been intercepted 3 or more times in a game. He had 4 last week against Santa Barbara. And Antelope Valley in business. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of Moorpark. And a chance for the Marauders to add to their total. As on 1st down, they'll give to Bankhead. Got back to the line of scrimmage. He was met by Noah Dilley and got maybe a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. So 3 interceptions in the ball game for Antelope Valley. Tatham with 1, Sanders with 1, and Lorphalis with 1. The Lorphalis one came in the end zone. Sanders came down near the Marauder end zone, returned it all the way back into Moorpark territory. And that one just a simple catch down on the ground by Tatham, as they'll give to Bankhead here, and he stumbled in the backfield, lost a yard. And they actually say he lost 2 yards, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 11. Turf Monster came up and got Amir Bankhead that time. So he'll come to the sidelines, as it's a passing down here for Antelope Valley. On 3rd down and 11. 3 receivers to the far side for Hinton. Points out the man in coverage and Andrew Rowland, who had a little bit of a jump to him. So says Rowland might be coming. So let's get some extra blockers in there. They bring the pressure. Pass caught. Carlos Hill still on his feet as he turned it back inside, tiptoeing the sidelines. Has enough for a first down inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for Antelope Valley. Marauders in the red zone once again. Michael Clark is the feature back here with 3 receivers to the far side. Hill, the lone man, to the near side. They'll swing it out. Pass caught. Still on his feet. Was Reese Robinson. Didn't have much to work. So Reese Robinson getting a shot as a receiver here for Antelope Valley. It's not had many opportunities, just 7 receptions, but has shown that he's got the ability to make plays. 107 yards is Hinton here on the option run. Room up the middle, and he scores! Marauder touchdown! Caden Hinton into the end zone on the ground, and it's 32-8. So the run game has been the story here today for Antelope Valley, and Caden Hinton has his first rushing touchdown of the afternoon. As he scores from 16 yards out, and the Marauders going to go for it here on a 2-point conversion attempt. As Hinton to throw, looking to the end zone, caught, touchdown, or excuse me, 2-point conversion is good. Caught by Carlos Hill. So make it 34-8. As Hinton gets the touchdown run. His first of the season on the ground. And the Marauders' lead has been extended as they lead 34-8. And have broken this game wide open. A 26-point lead for Antelope Valley. With 11:50 to go, it didn't take very long for the Marauders after they got the football on the interception to put it in the back of the end zone. As Henderson to kick it away. Pierce handles it at his own 5-yard line. With speed, will bring it up along the right hash. Gets to the 25 before the whistles blow to say he's down, and he'll take over there 1st and 10 for the Moorpark Raiders. So the ball spotted at the 25-yard line for Moorpark, 1st and 10. 11:42 to go here in the third quarter. As the Marauders again with a touchdown here early as pass downfield looking for Aracelis Johnson, incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Johnson again to throw. That one nearly intercepted in the middle of the field It went off the hands of Gannon Guinness. I don't think Guinness was quite ready for it. So we'll go 3rd down and 10 here. Johnson to throw again. That time, pass caught on a slant by Carbajal. Running across midfield. Chased down by Sanders and pushed out. But it's a 1st down for Moorpark as Carbajal on the big catch and run. Ball all the way up to the Marauder 36-yard line. Is that one taken away once again by Antelope Valley, and returning it back inside the 10, taking it all the way to the house for a touchdown is Jalen Harvey. So it's the 4th interception of the ball game for the Marauders, and Harvey returns that one for the touchdown on a deflected ball. So it's a 32-point lead after the 1st down pass to Carbajal. Marauders going to go for 2 once again here. Raiders with a late body onto the field. 6 seconds to work on the 2-point conversion. Hinton to the end zone, incomplete on the 2-point conversion intended for Reese Robinson. But it does not much matter as it's a 40-8 lead now. 32-point advantage as Jalen Harvey with the pick 6. He returns it 45 yards, they say, to the house. A little further than that. Pierce again will take it back at his own 5-yard line and try and return it. And he's spun down before the 25. As Lorphelis with the tackle. As a new quarterback in for Moorpark. Trevor Jungman in there to try and really stop the bleeding at this point after Trey Johnson has thrown 4 interceptions, including a pick 6. Donovan Davis, the ball carrier, picks up a couple of yards, give him 4. 2nd down and 6. This time Jungmann on the option has enough for a first down. And Moorpark has moved the chains. Jungmann really the run game QB, 49 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown this year for Moorpark when in the game as a runner. Has only thrown 61 passes coming into today. He's thrown 4 interceptions. The only problem Jungmann has is he has a little bit of butterfingers at times, has fumbled the ball 4 times, as that one batted at the line of scrimmage, trying to dump it off on a screen pass. As we were saying, Jungmann has fumbled the ball 4 times and lost all 4 of those fumbles in the limited opportunities he has had. It was a good play by the big boys up front to bat that one down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Ball spotted on the Moorpark 37-yard line. So Mike Stewart, the head coach of the Moorpark Raiders, trying to get his team going here as they trail by a bunch. Makes the quarterback change. Jungmann brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Dorian Mitchell, and he's going to have to come off the field after losing his helmet. But that was a good open field tackle by Mitchell to take down Jungmann. And it'll be 3rd down and long here. More than the distance of the chains, so we'll call it 15. Moorpark in that change of a set. Jungmann will throw, pass, caught, enough for a first down and more. As Alexander Jones fights his way up to the 45-yard line. First down, Moorpark. Ball all the way up to the 45-yard line of Antelope Valley. As Jungmann will send one in motion. He'll roll immediately to his right now, cuts back to his left, wanted to dump it off, pass incomplete. Was trying to get it to Donovan Davis. So the Raiders trying to use the motion to create some mismatches through the air. They have Chris Keener basically line up behind the quarterback, sprints ahead towards the line of scrimmage, and then either cuts to his left or to his right. You'll see here. This time cuts off to his right. Jungmann will keep on the option. Trying to cut his way to the inside, gets hit by a few bodies, lost the football. Esai Martinez was the first man in on the tackle. Cannon Jordan, I believe, was there as well on the option. And so it'll be 3rd down and 10 here. It's not as though Moorpark hasn't been able to move the football today. 265 total yards. They just haven't been able to find more than 1 touchdown. As tripped up on a sack, ball was knocked out after going down. Jungmann taken down, and Jalen Harvey, I believe, is going to get credit for the sack that time. Maybe just a trip-up sack. So Carranza will come in to kick. It's 4th and 22. Reese Robinson will stand back at his own 23-yard line as Carranza's kick low and went off the side of his foot, takes a Moorpark bounce, rolls out at about the Antelope Valley 35-yard line. And now some late whistles. So there's a penalty flag on the field. At about the 40-yard line. And it's a personal foul after the play on Moorpark. So the Marauders will get excellent field position at their own 45-yard line. With 7:21 to go here in the third quarter, leading 40-8. So I would expect a steady diet of Amir Bankhead the rest of the way for Antelope Valley. He's already had a monster game. 146 yards on 11 carries and 3 touchdowns. Instead, Caden Hinton going to throw. Looking downfield, throws. It's intercepted. Picked off. Raiders trying to return it back the other way. As the ball was picked off by somebody who's unlisted on the Moorpark roster, number 2. Not sure who that is. And then there's a dead ball personal foul on Antelope Valley. So Moorpark, after the punt, gets the football right back on the first play of the Antelope Valley drive, and they get it all the way at the Antelope Valley 45-yard line. Trey Johnson back in there at quarterback now for Moorpark. Sent it to Justin Ogle. Picked up a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Flag immediately before the play really got going anywhere. The line judge throwing it on the near side. I would imagine that's in the area of an offside. So it's flag on the far side of the field. Now a late flag. So laundry everywhere. So just waiting on what the official signals are going to be. So the ball marching forward all the way up to the Antelope Valley 15-yard line. That's where they're, geez, it's been a long march all the way up to the 15-yard line. So Moorpark in business here, 1st and 10 from the 15. There was a dead ball, unsportsmanlike penalty. There was an offside penalty. There was quite a few penalties. And now there's some bodies coming together on the far side of the field. Arcelis Johnson talking with some of the Marauders players. It looked like Deshaun Sanders and Johnson over there jawing, and now the officials are over to try and settle everybody down. And Antelope Valley going to send Diedrich Moore in to get Sanders off. Is that ball loose on the ground, picked up by Antelope Valley? And they'll say it's down, but it's Marauder football on the fumble by Johnson, recovered by Dylan Hall, and the Marauders will take over at their own 27-yard line. Lots of turnovers in this one so far. 7 turnovers in the ball game. 5 now against Moorpark, 2 on Antelope Valley. Actually 3 on Antelope Valley, so there's been 8 in the ball game here. A couple interceptions and a fumble for the Marauders. 4 interceptions and now a fumble for Moorpark. It has not been a clean game by any stretch, as Bankhead on first down will bring it ahead a yard. Second down and 8. They give him 2 yards on the play. I would imagine now, after the interception from Hinton, we might see more and more run plays to just work the clock down. Instead, again, they'll throw. So right as I say that, Hinton steps back to throw. He's going to be brought down at the original line of scrimmage, a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 10. As they'll hand off to Bankhead. Cuts it to the outside, had a block across the 40, and will go out at the 45-yard line. So another first down for the Marauders as Bankhead with another big run. As Bankhead continues to tick up the numbers. 182 yards on 12 carries. Hinton with his best rushing game of the season, 94 yards and a touchdown, as they'll throw a screen, pass caught by Jalen O'Neill, and he gets 9 yards. So 4:17 and a penalty flag on the play. It's against the Marauders' holdings, so it negates the big chunk. Pushes it back to 1st and 11. Bankhead in motion. They'll throw a screen out to Bankhead on the near side in the flat. And gets pushed out. Maybe lost a yard. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 12. Sun starting to set here at Marauder Stadium. You can see the field in shadows. Right about to the middle of the field on most portions. The northern end zone completely in the dark. Southern end zone, which is got less stands in the way, and the sun kind of setting on that side, still bathed in bright sunshine. Bankhead a carry for a yard. And Marauders now just working on moving the clock. As we're inside of 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's 40-8. And the way the Marauder run game has been going today, you could kind of imagine them breaking another one here. Instead, they'll throw on 3rd and 11. Hinton will roll out to his right, looking downfield, throws, and it's picked off again. And it's another interception. Second interception of the ball game by number 2. And the third interception thrown by Caden Hinton. And it's a turnover once again. So Moorpark will get the ball back on their own 42-yard line. Third interception thrown by Caden Hinton. Now has 11 interceptions on the year. Before tonight's game had been very good. Over his last 3 games had 7 touchdown passes. Had 4 versus Santa Monica and 3 versus Pierce. As that one thrown downfield incomplete. As Keone Calderon now in there at quarterback. And his pass, just too much air underneath it. On 2nd down and 10, 2:43 to go. Calderon will send Carbajal in motion, fakes the handoff to him, gives it to the back of the backfield, which is Donovan Davis, and he has nowhere to go. Loses yardage. Loses 3, and it'll be 3rd down and 13. Calderon will step up and run this time. Brought down from behind as Walter Godfrey able to bring him down. On the option, it'll be 4th down and about 6. Moorpark trailing 40-8. Going to go for it here, and why not? As you're running out of time with 1:45. And you really have not had much working on the offensive side. It's a 32-point lead for Antelope Valley. Calderon nearly brought down. Now we'll throw one downfield. And a flag. Pass interference going to be called on Kajante Figures. Carbajal trying to stop to get back to the football, and Figures just ran him over. Pushed him out of the way, nearly had the interception, but it wouldn't have counted anyway as it's pass interference. So it'll be a 1st down for Moorpark. They don't come much easier than that for the officiating crew. So the ball up to the 40-yard line of AVC, 1st and 10. Calderon drops the low snap. Now we'll just throw it out of play. So it'll make it 2nd down. You can see the snap low here. Calderon had to pick it up off the turf, rolled out to his right and just threw it away. Made sure he got outside the tackle box and somebody was inside the strike zone, so to speak, to make sure it wasn't an intentional grounding situation. And we'll go on 2nd down and 10. Calderon takes the high snap, gets rid of it, takes a pop as he got it to Alex Jones, cuts it back to the middle of the field, breaks one tackle inside the 25, cuts across the 20 and brought down at the 10-yard line. But a 1st down for Moorpark. Alex Jones with a big gain. And credit Keone Calderon, took a hit from behind, and as Dylan Hall was coming around the edge, hit him right as he threw, and then Jones did the rest of the work. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 8, or 1st and goal from the 8-yard line here. Not much room to work that time for Moorpark. Loss of yardage that time, all the way back to the 13-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 13. 20 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 32-point lead. Calderon, 5 wide. Takes the direct snap. And he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Sacked by Xavier Tatham. And that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 40-8 in favor of Antelope Valley. We'll take a timeout.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, America's largest Ram truck center, has an inventory as big as a wide open West. Ram is Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 3 years running, featuring the all-new Ram 1500s and the heavy-duty Ram 25s and 3500s. H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, located at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or at ramofthewest.com.
Take advantage of huge savings on all new Ram truck inventory in stock during Ram Power Days going on now.
Back inside Marauders Stadium, 40-8, as we'll switch sides of the field as we go to the 4th quarter. Marauders in front. It'll be 3rd and 21 when we come back to work after the sack by Xavier Tatham. Moorpark had the ball all the way up to the 8-yard line and has steadily backed up from there. Davis, the back, next to Calderon, to his left. 3 receivers bunched out to the far side. Calderon just throws it up in the air. Nearly picked off. Lorphelis had it in his hands and just couldn't hold on to it. And then kind of looked around and said, darn, I tipped it up in the air. Where are the rest of my guys to come get that one for me? It's just an incomplete pass, and it looks like Moorpark going to try for the field goal here. And this will be the longest field goal of the season for Scooter Carranza. His long is 37. This will be from 38. So this would be his longest of the year, just near his range. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is good, so Scooter Carranza with his longest of the year, 48 yards, or 38 yards, excuse me. And Moorpark puts 3 on the board. It's 40-11. So Carranza missed from 24 early, makes from 38 here. And the Raiders put points on the board. It'll be Jalen O'Neill and Reese Robinson back to receive for Antelope Valley. As Carranza standing right next to the football. Almost seeming like he's trying to make up his mind on what he wants to do when he kicks this football. Is Moorpark going to go with the onside kick? Is it going to get 10 yards? It does, and Moorpark able to recover. The point initially, though, was to Antelope Valley, but no, it's Moorpark football. I was going to say that was perfectly executed by the Raiders that time, as on the recovery was Robert Crosby. Antelope Valley almost looked confused as to why there was an onside kick attempt. As we take another look at the replay here, as everybody from Antelope Valley just kind of standing around thinking that ball's not going to get 10 yards, and it did. It certainly crosses the 45-yard line, taken at the 45 exactly, as the onside kick recovered by Moorpark with 14:50 to go here in the fourth. And who knows, Raiders trying to make a late charge here, as Calderon stays in there at quarterback. We'll hand off here on first down. Davis, the ball carrier that time, picks up a nice chunk, about 7 yards. It'll bring up second down and 3. Davis has been the feature back for most of the day. 8 carries, just 26 yards. As long as it's been 15. He's just tough sledding for him today, as the big bodies for Antelope Valley have done the job. Calderon going to run it right up the middle, gets 2 yards on the gain. He stepped back like he was going to throw the football and then tucked it and thought better of it, had lots of pressure, and that was a good look from him just to escape the pressure and pick up some sort of positive yardage. So we'll go on third down here. They'll hand off. Davis with enough yardage for the first down. Tripped up at about the 40-yard line. Brought down officially at the 38. That'll be first and 10 for Moorpark. Ball at the 38 of Antelope Valley. Calderon to throw this time. Will run to his right. Now we'll tuck it and gets out of bounds at the original line of scrimmage. And there's one of the Marauders down on the field, back in the middle of the field. Can't tell who it is. Didn't see what happened. It was behind the play. Maybe just got rolled up on. So we'll step aside for a moment as the downed Marauder gets checked on by the medical staff. 40-11 AVC here from Marauder Stadium. Back inside Marauder Stadium, Dylan Hall getting some help off. It's his right knee that's bothering him, and it's going to be taken off to the sidelines and get checked out here. Not putting any weight on it. It's either his knee or his ankle. We didn't quite see what happened on the replay. I would imagine he just got rolled up on from behind on the play. So we'll hope he's all right. Had a couple of nice sacks and tackles for losses. Never want to see anybody get hurt. As we'll go back to work here with 3:28 to go. Clock back in motion. 2nd down and 10 for Moorpark. Calderon escapes pressure, looking. Throws it just back over the middle of the field. Was trying to get it to Aracelis Johnson, and it was incomplete. That was a little bit of a dangerous throw from Calderon. Keone, just a freshman out of Buena High School in Ventura. Only thrown 11 passes coming into today's game. Getting a chance to work here today. As a short gain for Donovan Davis. Picks up 2. It'll be 4th down and 8. Moorpark going to go for it here on 4th down. And again, for Moorpark, why not? Trailing 40-11. Carbajal, the man in motion. Calderon will step up. Looking downfield, he's going to throw it. He's way beyond the line of scrimmage. And I believe it's intercepted. Gosh, that took forever for the flags to come out on that. He was about 6 yards beyond the line of scrimmage there. The line of scrimmage was the 41-yard line, and he threw the football at about the 35. Or actually, the 32, sorry. The line of scrimmage was the 36, so about 5-6 yards above the line of scrimmage. Pretty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Antelope Valley. An illegal forward pass, the call. And that, I think just chalked that up to Calderon excited to be in there as a freshman and had some room to work. And I think if he tucks it and run, he might have the 1st down. Instead, it's Antelope Valley football. Ball spotted on their own 37-yard line. New quarterback in there for the Marauders. New running back in there as well. Is Q Allen getting a chance to go with Bryson Blankenship in there as the quarterback. Ball spotted right at the 50-yard line, enough for a 1st down. Blankenship has been the number 2 quarterback for most of the year for AVC, also just a freshman, as is Caden Hinton, so both should be back next year. Blankenship, 14 passes, 14 of 36 for 269 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year when throwing. Likely would see just a lot of Q Allen here. Is again on the carry. Allen gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down. So the clock ticking away here. And the more AVC runs the football, the faster the clock will tick down, the closer they are to securing a 5-0 conference record in the American Pacific Conference. And an 8-2 record overall. Pretty good year for Antelope Valley. So try and go back and look through the archives. This time the give to Michael Clark. Slashes his way ahead for a couple of yards. Not much. Maybe 2. Third down at about 8. Look through the trying to look through the archives of Marauders. Here's a timeout called by AVC. Trying to find records from previous seasons, and I'm just being unsuccessful right now on the Antelope Valley website. Trying to figure out the last time the Marauders went 8-2 on a year. 6-3 in 2019. 5-5 in 2018. So after the timeout, we'll go to work on 3rd and 9 is the official line. Last time the Marauders had 7 or more wins, back in 2016, they went 7-4 as Blankenship will throw downfield looking for Jalen O'Neal, but it's picked off by Daniel Pierce. He'll return it back across his own 35-yard line. He's going to be brought down at the 36. Blankenship throws the interception. Moorpark will take over 1st and 10. From their own 36-yard line. So Antelope Valley, as we said, 7-4 through 11 games back in 2016. You look 7-3 in 2012. So whistles before the play even gets off. Five-yard penalty on Moorpark for delay of game. Last time the Marauders won 8 or more games, 2007, as they had a pretty solid 9-2 season. So it's been quite a while since the Marauders have gone 8-2 during the regular season. He said 2007. It's the last time they did that. That year they had wins over West LA, LA Valley, San Diego Mesa, Mount San Jacinto, Victor Valley, San Bernardino Valley, Grossmont, Desert, and Chaffee. As Calderon brought down on 2nd and 15. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd down. Dorian Mitchell on the tackle. That year, Antelope Valley lost their final 2 games of the year. One to Southwestern, and then their bowl game, or their state playoff game against Mount San Antonio, which they lost 49-15. So matching the 2007 team is this current edition of the Marauders. 3rd and 11, pass incomplete towards Carbajal, and Moorpark will kick it away. So they should have one more go at it this year. Should slot in for a bowl game. The punt by Carranza, fielded at the 30-yard line with a fair catch. As Reese Robinson back there to make the fair catch. And Antelope Valley will take over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. High snap. Blankenship just going to have to fall on it. He'll lose 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 16. So the Marauders right now, when you look at the standings in the American Division, sitting at 7-2, now 8-2 after the win today. A late player going to be sent off the field. Santa Ana, 5-0 in conference play, 7-3 overall. Grossmont, 4-1 in conference play, 7-2 in 9 games. Waiting on one more game. Then you talk about Antelope Valley, who's 5-0 and 8-2. I mean, there's no reason to think that they would not be selected for the American Division Championship Bowl next week on the 20th, or whenever they decide to play it, as there are still some games to finish out next week. So we'll have to see. What bowl game they get selected for, but it would be the top bowl game for the American Division. You would imagine at 5-0, since they're one of 2 Southern California American Division teams that went undefeated in conference. As Blankenship, nice little pass on to the outside, caught by Devon Jones, and enough for a 1st down. First and 10 for AVC, ball at the 43-yard line. It's the sophomore Devon Jones out of Palmdale with the catch. As it's 40-11, 6:33 to go. Marauders with 369 net rushing yards. Add a few more to them here, as Allen down the sidelines into Moorpark territory. Good for Marauder 1st down. .441 total yards of offense today for Antelope Valley, just 72 through the air. So it has been all the run game all the time. Blankenship with touchdowns from 43, 47, and 56 today is likely your star of the night. Jackson Marshall with a 4-yard touchdown run got the scoring started for Antelope Valley. Here's Q Allen again with a good heavy run, enough for a 1st down as he picks up 11 yards. And the Marauders marching down. Caden Hinton with a 16-yard touchdown run. And then, of course, Antelope Valley with the pick 6. As Jalen Harvey took one to the house on an interception for a touchdown on a tip ball. So Marauders just methodically going downfield. Blankenship will throw to the outside. Pass caught by Reese Robinson. Gets to the 20-yard line. Maybe the 19. They'll give him about 7. It'll be second down at about 3. Blankenship staying in the shotgun. Now we'll look over at the sidelines. As the Marauders will use the full play clock with 10 seconds left on the play clock. Handoff. Allen was met in the backfield by Brendan Bodner and did a good job just to get a couple of yards. Going to be a couple of yards short of the first down marker. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Peyton Casillas, the man credited with the tackle. Allen will stay in the backfield. Allen had just 15 carries for 57 yards before today, but some good output out of him here in the late 4th quarter. 5 carries for 45 yards so far, as he'll take it on the pitch. Inside the 10, brought down at the 5-yard line. Couple of Raiders in on the tackle, but it's 1st and goal for Antelope Valley inside of 3 minutes and 20 seconds. They'll mark it at the 3-yard line. As now Allen with 60 yards on the day. You look, Bankhead 13 carries, 184 yards, 3 touchdowns. Hinton 6 carries, 94 yards and a touchdown. Marshall 4 carries, 60 yards and a touchdown. Now Q Allen 6 carries, 60 yards. And he's trying to get into the end zone. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and goal from, and actually they'll say he lost a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 4. Casillas in on the tackle once again. So Marauders going to try and let Q Allen finish this one off after he did all the work to get it up the field. Why not let the young man try and punch one in? Final home game of the regular season for Antelope Valley. They should pick up a bowl game, as we were talking about. Should be a pretty good one, as Allen, that time, spins off one tackle, breaks another tackle, and is going to lose 2 yards. All that work just to lose a couple. So it'll put the ball all the way back to the 7-yard line, as we're inside 1 minute and 45 seconds. Daniel Pierce had the tackle. So the final countdown is on. The Marauders going to improve to 8-2 for the first time since 2007. They will win the American Pacific Conference Championship with a perfect conference season, 5-0. And it's just a matter of what the final score will be here against Moorpark, as Blankenship to throw into the end zone. Pass caught. Touchdown, AVC. Devon Jones on sophomore day puts it in the end zone for the touchdown. So a nice way to cap off the night for the sophomore. for Jones, his 5th touchdown reception of the season. Extra point is up and good. It is a 47-11 lead with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go. The Marauders add one more here late in the ball game. But it had pretty much been decided for a while. Marauders with a big lead going into the locker room after the first half, and did exactly what they needed to do here in the second half. Kept Moorpark off the board and put some points up themselves. So we've got to tick away the final 1 minute and 6 seconds. To make this one official. Henderson will kick it deep. Ball taken at the 5-yard line. So to leave 1 minute exactly, 60 seconds left on the clock. Moorpark will have it at their own 26-yard line. 1st and 10, and we'll see what the Raiders decide to do. Just trying to close this one out. And head back down the 14 towards the Simi Valley area. It'll be Calderon in the backfield once again. He'll hand off. Bruce Mathis on the carry that time. Picked up a good chunk. We'll call it about 6. Up 2nd down and 3. They'll say 7 officially. 30 seconds left in the ball game. Mathis again around the outside on the other side. Got back to the line of scrimmage. And that will do it for this one. Moorpark will not elect to make one final play of it, I believe, here. They'll just shake hands. And Antelope Valley, a 5-0 conference season to win the American Pacific Conference. They finished the year 8-2. They win this one 47-11. Celebration on for Perry Jalika and his side. An impressive season for the Marauders, and they will go bowling, folks. That'll do it for us here on SoCal College Sports. We thank you for joining us all season long. We hope to see you during bowl season, during the playoff season as well. There's plenty more football coming your way in the next couple of weeks, as it's bowl time and conference playoff and state playoff time here in California. Have a great rest of your Saturday, everybody.
H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, America's largest Ram truck center, has an inventory as big as a wide open West. Ram is Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 3 years running, featuring the all-new Ram 1500s and the heavy-duty Ram 25s and 3500s. H.W. Hunter, Ram of the West, located at Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in the Lancaster Auto Mall or at ramofthewest.com.
Take advantage of huge savings on all new Ram truck inventory and stock during Ram Power Days going on now.